Something knocked at 3:03 a.m. It knew my name. What would you do if something knocked on your door at exactly 3:03 in the morning, and it knew your name? Hey guys, I've been sitting on this for 2 weeks. I wasn't going to post it, but I can't sleep anymore, and I need to know I'm not crazy. So here it is. My real name is Alex. I'm 28. I live alone in the house I grew up in, the one my mom left me when she passed. 3 months ago, I buried her. She died from cancer. I kept thinking if I'd just moved back sooner, if I'd called more, maybe she wouldn't have died alone in that hospital room. That guilt, it lived in the walls with me. Last Tuesday, I went to bed around 1. Couldn't sleep, same as every night. I was staring at the ceiling when it happened. Knock, knock, knock. 3 slow knocks on the front door. My eyes flew to the clock on my nightstand. 3:03 a.m. My stomach dropped. No one comes out here. The closest neighbor is half a mile away. I told myself it was a raccoon or the wind. I pulled the blanket higher. Then it came again. Same rhythm, same weight, and then a voice. Soft, a little hoarse, exactly like hers. Alex, honey, it's Mom. Open the door, sweetheart. It's cold out here. Voice cracks just a little. I sat straight up. My heart was slamming against my ribs so hard I could hear it. I whispered back, Mom. No answer at first, then gentle like she used to do when I was sick. I forgot my keys again. You know me, always losing things. Please let me in. I was shaking. I grabbed my phone, opened the camera, and crept down the hallway. The floorboards creaked the same way it did when I was 10. I stopped at the living room window and pulled the curtain back an inch. Porch light was on. Empty. No car. No shadow. Just black trees and rain that wasn't even falling. I pressed my forehead to the cold glass and asked, If that's really you, tell me something only Mom would know. Without missing a beat, the voice answered through the door. On your 7th birthday, you burned your hand trying to flip the pancakes yourself. I wrapped it in a cold washcloth, and we ate them anyway, chocolate chips and all. You cried because you wanted them to be perfect for me. Long pause. Voice gets thick. No one on this planet knew that story. Not my friends. Not even my ex. Tears were running down my face. I walked right up to the door, hand hovering over the knob. Part of me was screaming to open it, to see her one more time, to say I'm sorry for every missed call, every holiday I spent chasing my own life instead of coming home. But another part, the part that watched her body go into the ground, was screaming no. I slid down the wall until I was sitting on the floor, back against the door, sobbing like a kid. Mom, I'm so sorry I wasn't there at the end. The voice got softer, almost sad. I know, baby. I forgave you a long time ago. Just open the door so I can hug you. I've been waiting. For almost 20 minutes, it kept talking. Every memory, every inside joke, the way she used to hum You Are My Sunshine when she tucked me in. The exact words she said the last time I saw her. Don't carry me with you, Alex. Live. I was a mess. Knife in one hand, phone in the other, crying so hard I could barely breathe. Then, silence. Total silence. I waited. 5 minutes. 10. Nothing. I stood up on shaky legs, wiped my face, and told myself it was over. Grief playing a sick trick. I unlocked the deadbolt, turned the knob, and pulled the door open. Cool night air hit my face. The porch was empty. No one. Not a footprint. Not a sound. I let out this huge, broken laugh. I'm losing it, I said out loud. I'm actually losing it. I closed the door, locked it, turned around to go back to bed, and from the dark hallway behind me, from inside the house, came the same gentle voice I'd heard through the door the whole time. Thank you for letting me in, sweetheart. Dead silence for 2 full seconds. I didn't move, couldn't. My blood turned to ice. I never opened the door wide enough for anyone to slip past me. The porch was empty the entire time. But whatever was out there, it wasn't trying to get in from the outside. It had been waiting for me to invite it inside. I slept in my car that night with every light in the house on. The next morning I packed a bag and left. I haven't been back since, but sometimes around 3:03 a.m., even in my new apartment across town, I still hear 3 soft knocks, and they're coming from the other side of my bedroom door. Long pause. If that ever happens to you, don't open the door. And whatever you do, don't say thank you. Quiet, almost whispering. Let me know in the comments if you've ever heard something that knew way too much about you. I read every single one. End screen. Word count. 820. Runs 4:55 to 5:10 when spoken naturally with pauses and emotion.